So today we're going to have some fun with creative writing. Welcome to the promoted page. I'm Debbie Stanton, and we're going to talk about ways to spark creativity with your writing. So here are the kind of topics we're going to cover today: a free write, writing prompts, story chains, picture this, in the news, poetry, what a character, and writing a life list. So let's start with a free write. What is a free write? A free write is exactly what it sounds like. You write freely. So it's a great way to get over writer's block. If you're having writer's block, sitting down doing one of these will really, really help you. So set a time and don't go too long, maybe 2 minutes maximum. A lot of people go 60 seconds, like 1 minute. Use this in a writer's group also. If you use a writer's group for inspiration, or if you run a writer's group, it's a great way to get everybody's juices flowing. Use it on your own writing when you need inspiration, and do it with friends. So what you do is you just sit down, set a little timer of some sort for 30, 60 seconds, 2 minutes, whatever you want to do, and push start and just write. I mean, don't stop. Write whatever comes to your mind. If you say, I think this is stupid, why am I doing this? Write it down. A lot of my stories actually have come from doing free writes. So just have fun with it. So writing prompts. We all know what writing prompts are. Writing prompts are all over the internet. If you just Google the words writing prompts, you're going to find some great prompts out there that you can use. Here are just a few of my favorites. Then take a look at the words and just write. So if you want $1 million, what's the first thing you would buy? Write a couple paragraphs on that. Write about your favorite pet. If you're a pet lover, we've all had that favorite pet. Write about the best trip you've ever taken. My husband and I, for instance, went to Israel, and it was amazing. Describe your favorite smell. That's an odd one, but you can do that. Maybe because I like the smell of vanilla, I like the smell of cinnamon. Describe something that you find disgusting. Sometimes that's a pretty easy one. Describe a dragon in vivid detail. What famous person do you think you're most like, and why? Describe your idea of the perfect person or spouse. Describe a food by the smell and the color only, so someone can guess what it is just by what you write. So let's say you found a time machine. Where would you go and why? And then I love this one. Just start your sentence with mirror, mirror on the wall and go from there. So have fun with some writing prompts, and you can find a bunch of them on the internet, like I said before. Story chains. Story chains are fun, but you have to have more than one person to do them. Three or more is best. What it is one person starts, they write maybe a couple sentences or a paragraph, then they pass that paper to the next person. They write, a sentence to a paragraph. Then the next person. This is a really fun thing to do in writers groups. And then one person is chosen to read what everybody wrote, and you'd be surprised what kind of twists and turns it takes. But this is a lot of fun if you're in or you run a writers group. So picture this. Picture this I've done in some of the writers events and different writers groups I've ran. Cut some pictures from magazines or newspapers, and everyone gets a random picture. They turn them upside down and they just pick one. So they have to write a one-page story about the picture they receive. Only allowing 15 minutes. So you have to have a timer on it, otherwise it could go all day. But this is a lot of fun too. You have to describe what picture you're seeing. So this is news to me. This is fun too. Take newspapers, cut out only the headlines, not the article, just the headlines. And then again, pass them out to the participants in a writer's group. And definitely you need more than one person. Or you can do this one yourself, I guess, if you wanted to. Have each one write their story, I don't know, up to a page, no longer. Usually a news article is only like 2 to 3 paragraphs. And each person reads the story that they've written and shows their headline. And it's a lot of fun, but only allow about 15 minutes to do the story. What a character. Now this one is really fun too. So you may write different names down or different types of characters like hobo, hillbilly, whatever, and you pass those out, and people have to write their name, their height, their weight, hair color, eye color, personality, good, bad character. Just write something that would describe that character. So let's say they sent me one named Hillbilly and had to write about a hillbilly that lives in the hills of Arkansas or something like that. So this is a lot of fun, and you could do this on your own too. Again, allow yourself only just 2 or 3 minutes to do this one because it doesn't take that long to describe a character. You're not writing his story. You're only describing the character, what he looks like, what he sounds like, what he acts like, maybe what people think about him, not the story. So if you write poetry, obviously that's something you can do. Just sit and write poetry. Get some inspiration from the internet. Get some inspiration from TV, books, whatever. And again, I will mention those books that I love called The Pocket Muse. You can get them on Amazon, and they are great for inspiration. I love this one. Write a life list. What is a life list? Well, a life list is you through the ages as you grow, and you can start at any age. Start by writing down the things you want to do in your future. I don't care if you're 6 or 60. Write down the things you've already done, trips you've taken, places you've been, grandkids, children, if you've written something that was published. The list goes on and on of things you could write down. Keep this list always and update it as needed. So if you do something new, let's say you go to a concert. Let's say if you went to the last Ozzy concert or you went to something that's memorable to you, write it on your list and date absolutely everything. It's imperative that you date everything so that you know when it happened in your life. So here's other places you can find inspiration. Sit in a park, watch people. I love to people watch anywhere. Sit at the mall or a store, find a bench somewhere and just people watch. Go to the pool. I've got a book that I'm working on now that I wrote a story in it from the pool, actually, with my grandkids. Airports, amazing places to people watch. Read about others' methods of inspiration. So go on the internet and read stories about people who've done heroic things or something that inspired someone else. Again, pick up copies of that Pocket Muse. It's a great book. And the list goes on and on and on. Just read. Read lots and lots of things if you want to be inspired. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this one. I love teaching creative writing. If you have a creative writing group that's local to South Central Indiana, you'd like me to come speak, I'd love to do that. I'm working on a authors event that'll be upcoming soon in Jennings County. So be sure you hit like and subscribe on this page. Hit that notification button so you'll know when I put new videos out there. And you have a blessed day.